Welcome back. Friday, thank God it's Friday, but more importantly, thank God it's Valentine's Day. Today is Friday 14th, the year 2020. We are joined in studio by Mr. Robert Yawe, who just before we started this segment was informing me that I must be prompt in this particular segment of the show because he has a men's conference to attend. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for making time out of your busy schedule, this men's conference that you're heading to.
I was there yesterday.
You were there yesterday,
yes,
then you made, okay.
So I was allowed to come out for a short while.
For a short while?
Before I go back.
Before you go back.
And don't ask about the deliberations.
I cannot ask anything?
No.
Are you buying shares there? Or it's just...
We can't divulge any information about...
Okay, that's the men's conference. But anyway, if you go back and you find people who feel philanthropic, I am receiving Safaricom shares by all means. My target number is 13 million. I'll just put it out there. But yes. Anyway, welcome to the show, Robert.
Thank you very much.
So, earlier on in the our discussion, we did host Brenda, and she was asking us, what do you do once you've opened an account? How do you select a stock that you want to invest in? What are the basic things that you need to look out for?
Many times what I say is that go back to how you used to play kati.
Okay.
You never asked for the rules, or somebody showed up with a rope or a ball, or you removed your socks and you turned it into a ball. Two of you start throwing it, and slowly the team builds up before you turn into the technical side of it.
Yes.
For me, it's simply open the account, put in some cash, toss a coin.
Toss a coin. But which one? Because I mean, I'm looking at the business daily, and I also follow my stocks in Kenya, and it does have a chart that shows the price changes, and it also has a basic chart that shows the valuations matrices. How should I go about it? Where do I start once I log on to either my stocks or if I go to the NSE and look at the price list?
Again, it's how much do you want to put in? And as I think we spoke last time,
we've spoken about this.
Minimum is 100 shares.
100 shares in any stock.
In any stock. So I think I was looking at, I think it's one of Limuruti.
Limuruti. Okay, Limuruti. So 100 stocks in Limuruti.
440 shillings a share.
Okay. Wow, that's expensive.
That's expensive.
That's an expensive share. All right.
So if you're only putting in 1,000 shillings,
yes.
you're not going to do
You're not going to do Limuruti.
You're not doing Limuruti.
Okay. So Limuruti is out if you're putting in 1,000 shillings.
1,000 shillings.
All right.
You could put in Umeme, 7 shillings and 50 cents.
Okay, that one will fit. It will fit.
Yeah.
Because it's 700 shillings.
It's 750 shillings.
750 shillings. Okay.
Add your commissions would be about 800 shillings.
Okay.
Best way to do it is always hold 20% in cash.
Okay.
So if you're only putting 1,000 shillings, make sure you put 200 shillings
in cash.
All
right.
Then do the 800 shillings.
Does this cash sit in my trading account, or where does it sit?
Best to sit. It can sit in your trading account.
Okay.
So that you can transact quickly now.
Okay.
The whole idea is that just in case an opportunity pops up down the road, and you need to take advantage of it,
yes,
you need to have some cash.
Okay.
Many of us jump in both feet. Sadly, the same way we buy land.
Yes.
People don't walk around asking for what value is available, what's available in land. They ask, I need a plot for 1 million shillings.
Where can I get it?
Where can I get it?
You don't even care where it is.
Because you have 1 million shillings and that's what you want to spend.
All
you
right.
forget that you've got transaction fees, stamp duty, legal,
etc. Yes,
and the rest.
That's true.
So looking at that, let's assume 20%, put it aside, invest the 80. And we've said, if it's 1,000 shillings, look for a share that's trading at 10 shillings or less.
Okay.
Actually, 7 shillings or less.
7 shillings or less, if that's what you want to put in. Okay.
We have some counters doing, I think, 27 cents or 25 cents.
But these penny stocks, would I just lose all my money?
Some of them have moved in the last 2 weeks. Some have moved 30%.
Oh, please do tell.
So percentage-wise,
yes,
30% is 30%.
Yes.
That's why I say let's work with percentages. We have a tendency of wanting to move with numbers.
Yes.
Percentages are equalizers. If Safaricom moves by 10%, and equity moves by 10%, it's a 10%
It's a 10% move, yes.
And it's a 10% on what you put in.
Okay.
Yes. So for me, that's what you need to look at. And that's what I'm saying, that let's not start off by being too concerned about the mechanics.
Okay. So you just decide, I'm putting in, this is the amount of money that I feel I'm comfortable putting in. And should I consider that the amount I'm putting in should be an amount that I am comfortable losing? Or what should guide me when I'm trying to put money in?
Like you mentioned, you've got a portfolio you're working with.
Yes.
You've got a whole basket of items.
Yes.
You've already invested in, like we say, either in your fixed incomes and the rest. So what you really have is money that's available for long term.
Okay.
Because for me, the only time you lose is when you sell.
All right.
If you don't sell,
Then you're still in the market.
you're still in the market.
You're still in the market.
And which is why it's a fortunate thing with our newspapers. You keep hearing them saying, investors in the stock market have lost.
Yes.
No, what do you mean they lost?
They haven't. You only lost when you cash out.
If you haven't cashed out,
Okay.
and even when somebody is cashing out,
Yes.
we don't know at what price they came in.
Yes, that's true.
And
that's
I've come
never
into Safaricom
diverged.
at 3 shillings.
Okay.
And then it drops from 31, 32, and it drops to 28.
All right.
When I sell, I'm cashing out at a profit.
That's true. So it just depends on at what point did you come in, at what point did you go out.
Did you go out? Yes.
Let me ask, if I was looking at price and say I pick up the Business Daily and they do have a section that always has the share price performance scorecard, and at times they normally even put the valuations for the stock exchange. If I looked at the column that says 1 year price difference, if I maybe decided my strategies, I want to look at the counters that have lost money the most as I
Yes.
start looking, would that be a basis to start? Because we can see, for instance, Bamburi was down 50% in the last 1 year, one of the worst performing stocks. And we can see there was also Kengen, which was down 18% and has now traded about 10 million shares. There was another stock, Limuru Tea, you rightfully mentioned, down 20%. Another one, Nation Media, and it's something that keeps coming up. It's down 50% over the last 1 year. Can I start there? Can I look at that? Would you tell anybody to look at the price differential
Yes.
as a point?
No.
No?
Again.
Yes.
Dr. Valentine's and you Dr. Flowers.
Yes.
If you walk out, okay, I'm assuming a man walks out and he wants to go into the flower business, and he finds that flowers have dropped by 80%.
Yes.
At 9 o'clock tonight.
Yes.
Would you ask him? Would you recommend that he buys?
No, I would not. That's a fair point. No, I would not.
So-
because you have to find out then why was there a decline?
Why was there 50%?
Why was there 50%
Yes.
decline? But I like that, but because if you're going to look at price and say this is where I want to start off,
Yes.
you must always ask yourself, why was there a decline in this stock over that year, yet everybody else was doing well?
Yeah. I think what you need to look at is then look at it over multiple years.
Multiple years. Okay.
Because is this something that happens regularly? Does a share lose at a certain point every year, and regain it?
Yes.
Then that makes more sense for you to then look at the shares that are losing.
Okay.
But if it's a share that's been going downhill throughout,
All right.
then maybe rock bottom is where it's heading.
Okay, fantastic.
So do you really want to
Do you want
touch
to go
it?
that? No, you really don't want to go that
Yes.
way. Okay.
But again, like I say, is that again, all of this is getting technical about it.
Okay.
For me, simply, you have 1,000 shillings, and in addition, you're going to put in 1,000 shillings every month.
Yes.
So I don't want a lump sum.
Okay.
Avoid lump sum investments.
Yes. If you're starting out.
Even beyond that,
Okay.
regularly put in, because you need to maintain your value, to retain
Yes.
your value.
So make a habit of doing
A regular investment.
Decide what amount is
Yes.
comfortable to you if you're new to this space and put it in.
Yeah.
But what if I've been there and maybe I got in at the Safaricom IPO, maybe I got in at the Kengen IPO, maybe I got in 2-3 years ago.
Yes.
Matrices such as the price to earnings ratio, the dividend yield, are those things that I should look out for, or?
Okay. I'm assuming you came into Safaricom because you knew what you were doing, and it was not because people were going into Safaricom.
No, of course we all bought Safaricom because everybody else was buying,
Please speak for yourself.
except for my mother.
Some of us looked at it, the valuation was 2
You
shillings.
looked at it,
the
was
value
too
was 2 shillings and
expensive.
50 cents.
Okay.
You are paying,
Double.
there's 100%
So did you
premium
buy
on
it when it came to 2 shillings?
No, I bought, I think, at 350.
At 350?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Because now it was showing signs of
Yes.
recovery,
Okay.
of getting its true value.
All right.
Because now we got to understand.
How did you know that the value should have been 2.5?
You asked earnings per share.
Earnings per share.
What is the value of the company? The
Okay.
company had already traded for a while.
Yes.
So we already knew what its return on investment was.
Okay.
And what it was doing in terms of return on equity, return on assets,
Yes.
and the rest.
Yes.
So it was very possible.
It was
But
very-
also all your analysts
Yes.
clearly put the value at 2 shillings and 50 cents.
They did, but still, the subscription was, I know the allocation was 30%.
Yes.
So-
Because again, we went in because of speculation.
It was almost 4 times
Yes.
subscribed.
And that's why many people either sold
Yes.
and have never gone back in the stock market, claiming that the stock market doesn't make them money.
Okay.
Because again, it was a short-term speculative activity.
Yes.
What you're asking about, looking at EPS and the rest, means that you're thinking of becoming a value investor.
Okay.
Yes. That means you want to look at the fundamentals of the business, and not a technical investor.
All right.
And for me, again, those two need to happen once you have a stake.
All right. So first, get your skin in the game.
Get some skin in the game.
All right. We're coming to the tail end of this show. What books would you tell people to read if they wanted to understand investments? So what books have actually helped you in your own investment journey?
Generally, again, what I read 2 or 3 books on investing.
Okay.
Mainly one was actually Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
The Guide to Investing.
Yes.
And that was the first one I think I read, which gave me a slight idea about it. Mainly I've used Investopedia. Investopedia is actually a good site. I've also been there. Yes, I think Investopedia is brilliant.
Yes.
More recently I've been watching, I forgot her name. There's a lady, an Indian lady.
Yes.
Who is doing a very good 101.
Yes.
On stock market. On investing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think those are the areas to look at.
Okay.
But for me, before you even think of buying, have an interest.
Have an interest in it.
So decide you're putting in 1,000 shillings every month. Find shares for which 100 pieces of them will be less than 800 shillings.
Okay, fantastic.
Buy the shares.
Put your skin in the game.
By the time we get to April, May,
yes,
chances are you'll be able to start asking those questions in a more informed basis.
Okay.
In what else should I look at to tell me whether these shares will go up or down?
All right.
Or which other counters should I start looking at?
And what has been your best performing stock so far?
But recently, not much. My best performing stock was actually Eveready.
Eveready.
The one that made me the most amount of money.
Oh, okay. Are you still a shareholder or did you exit?
I exited.
You exited.
Yes.
How much money did you make? What was your return?
I made about
Percentage
300-400%.
Wow, fantastic.
Yes.
That was way back when. How did you know how to exit? When to exit?
I should have waited.
You should have waited. There was more.
Yes.
Wow.
Even now, it's doing very well. Actually, if you look at look at the moves. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Eveready is now trading at
should be 27 cents.
Yes, it's just hold on, 27 cents.
Yes.
Yes, it's actually trading at that level. And then the daily return here, the average return for the last 1 year is minus 3.96. No, it's trading at 0.97.
Yes.
90 cents, 97 cents, less than a shilling.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, it's gone up as high as 90 cents.
Yes.
From 27 cents.
From 27 cents. Actually, that's a good return.
That's a what? 400%?
Then is there actually volume that goes through this particular one? Okay.
So do a 300%. Okay. You can do a 300%.
You can do a 300% on that one, on a penny stock.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your men's conference. We appreciate. Please pass our regards to the gentlemen. And yes, tell them we are still receiving shares. Thank you so much for joining us, Robert.
Welcome.
I hope you're going to enjoy your afternoon. If I were you, I would ask to actually receive shares rather than receiving flowers. Flowers will not be there in a day's time, but then that's me. I keep putting it out there in the universe. I just want 13 million, actually maybe 14 million 2020 at the end, just to mark 14th of February, the year 2020, and I'll be a very happy girl. Will it happen today? Maybe not, but I'm sure one day it will. Again, receive an investment, let the people in your life invest in you, and get away from the temporary things that will not be here tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you once again next week on Monday. Enjoy your weekend and happy Valentine's Day.